Welcome to the world of leopard geckos. If you currently own or are considering purchasing a leopard gecko for yourself or a family member from a pet store, then you need to understand that there's a lot more to raising these little guys than the minimum wage dude at the pet store. Do you honestly believe that a pet store that sells dozens if not hundreds of different pets has the specific knowledge to keep your gecko alive and healthy for years to come? Since you are already viewing this video, you realize that leopard geckos are one of the most popular and sought-after exotic pets on the market. They are small, don't take up much space, and if you know what you're doing, relatively easy to take care of. But if you are new to this pet, then you have to understand that these are not just puppies that you let loose, feed twice a day, and take them out for a walk every night. First, let's correct a misunderstanding you probably share with thousands of potential gecko owners right now. You probably think that you can buy your gecko, stick it in a tank, and throw in a few crickets a couple times a week and everything will be fine. Well, unfortunately, that could not be further from the truth. Let me ask you a few questions right now to give you the opportunity to assess your knowledge of geckos before you make any major mistakes. How do you introduce a new female leopard gecko to a male leopard gecko for the very first time? Do you need to mist leopard geckos? Can a leopard gecko be freed, and will it survive on its own in a park with rocks and water? Is a gecko a suitable pet for a 7-year-old child? How do you make a humid hiding place for your gecko? My leopard gecko just ate his skin after shedding. Is that normal? I just bought a gecko from a pet store and it is very pale and not moving much. What can I do? How can a male gecko be distinguished from a female gecko? What is the best way of taking care of an impacted gecko? Or for that matter, what is an impacted gecko? Can I put two male geckos together in the same cage? Can I put two females together in the same cage? Do leopard geckos need to have full spectrum lighting? And what is full spectrum lighting? Okay, now don't feel bad if you didn't know the answers to some of these questions. Very few people do, and those that do simply have more experience than you do, but that can certainly be rectified very quickly. Just like every other area in life, if you want to learn an area of expertise, you need to find someone that has been there before you, and not only that, but someone that has the ability to learn from his experience and teach others. If you are seriously considering getting yourself some geckos for fun or profit, then you owe it to yourself and, more importantly, to your geckos to raise them in a healthy, stress-free, and clean environment. I am assuming, since you have taken the time to find this information, you want to be a responsible pet owner and give your leopard gecko the perfect environment to thrive. So if you have already taken the plunge and own a gecko, or are seriously considering it, you need to click on the link below to get the guide that will allow you to learn from someone that has been raising them for over 7 years. Here is just some of the information you will learn. How to select and purchase the perfect gecko without being duped by the pet store, and learn how to distinguish between the vital healthy and unhealthy signs before choosing the gecko for you. How to correctly handle the leopard gecko without scaring the little animal or causing any damage to its organs or overstressing it. How to set up the vivarium and tank to house your gecko, creating the right kind of ambience, using the right substrate, maintaining the correct temperature, and giving the gecko ideal hiding places. How to maintain the tank hygienically. How to clean it regularly without causing too much discomfort to your gecko, and ensure the living conditions are just perfect for your little friend. How to make your geckos exercise regularly without overdoing it, and the accessories and feed inputs that you will be required to provide to make exercising an enjoyable affair for them. How to fix the diet for your geckos so that they get the best nutrition and supplements, using a unique shake method, and then feed them with packaged food without depriving them of their instinctual hunting habits. Learn how to easily detect common illnesses. Treat the geckos at home. Figure out when to take advice from a veterinarian and how to keep your cool over things which apparently look like some trouble, but really are not as bad as they seem. How to train and tame leopard geckos in an easy step-by-step manner, and build a solid relationship of trust with them without scaring or injuring them. How to make leopard geckos have sex. What to do during the pre-breeding, mating, and breeding periods. The techniques of setting up the egg-laying chamber, and then the best way of taking care of the newborn baby geckos. You owe it to your little friend to give him the healthiest environment possible in exchange for the years of pleasure and joy that he will give you. Give him the present of a long life by clicking the link below for your guide to raising the best leopard geckos possible from someone that has years of valuable experience. Your geckos will thank you with years of enjoyment.